So the Senate immediately off the bat gives the Brutii mission to take Apollonia, which is across the Italian peninsula. And the Brutii obviously start at the southeastern edge of the Italian peninsula, and they must expand to Greece and eastwards into the eastern territories. So at the immediate beginning, the Brutii player should basically combine all of his armies from every city, like you saw there from Croton and now from Tarentum. I'm just going to build a peasant in each city, build a port, or in Tarentum I'm going to build a militia barracks. And for the shrines, the Brutii should consider building the shrine to Mars, which adds um, experience points to your trained units. The shrine to Juno is also pretty good because it adds it increases the growth bonus. So anyhow, by combining all of your family members and your whole entire army, the Brutii player should have a pretty sizable army. You could also recruit the Samnite mercenary there, which I will recruit later, but not right now. I also move my diplomat up to the northwest to hopefully do some money business. You know, ask other factions to. I offer my. You could offer your map information for money, and that gives you a bit of money. Not too much, but hey, it's better than nothing. Okay, so at this point, my army in the southeast should be able to move on the ship and attack Apollonia right away. You see there, you should take Apollonia very quickly. It's really easy to take care of this rebel settlement. Obviously, with 2 peasants and 1 militia, you're gonna beat that settlement. So I occupied. You get a lot of money from doing this, which is good. I also get one of the most useless traits in the game, Turncoat Slave. It's really useless because you don't really fight rebels too often. So I'm going to automatically garrison that city with 1 peasant and move on. Also, it's worth recruiting Cretan archers or Balearic slingers that you might find in the Greek territories. The mercenary hoplites are also pretty good mercenaries to recruit, because they're hoplite units. And hoplite units are good to have, especially if you're Rome, which has no hoplite units at all. So now we get another. You get another Senate mission assigned. Take Syracuse. I mean, blockade Syracuse, and it's not too difficult to do that. You have a navy. You could, as the Brutii, you could build a navy really quickly in your 2 settlements. And with Croton, I suggest building up a lot of economical buildings. At the Tarentum, I suggest you build up military buildings. And at the same time, your army that's attacking that landed on Greece, you should attack the Greek city-states right away. It's best to attack the Greek city-states while they're weak. I also don't suggest attacking Macedon because I think it's best to attack Macedon after you take Sparta. So in other words, it's as the Brutii, you should try your best to initially ally with Macedon, and then ask for a military access and go to Sparta. And then after taking Sparta, you should immediately declare war on Macedon. Unlike an Empire or Napoleon Total War, it doesn't matter what other factions think of you. So you could just declare all your so you could just betray your allies all you want. Nothing will really happen. And at this point, your army that's attacking Greece, it will not be able to replenish itself, so you should do your best to reach Sparta without gaining too many casualties, because at Sparta you can retrain your troops. And keep in mind to not retrain your troops at Thessalonica if you do plan on taking over the Macedonians, because Thessalonica will get a plague very quickly. So it's best to keep away from Thessalonica until the plague subsides. And I also build a diplomat in Thermon. It's best to build diplomats and spies whenever you can. So you see though that the Greece is kind of separated between Macedon, the rebels, and the Greek city-states, of course. So you're gonna have to ask. This is the reason why you're gonna have to ask Macedon for an alliance um, and military access, so you could pass through that city, Croton, and immediately attack Sparta. And in the meantime, in Tarentum and Croton, you should build an army as well, because you should have a lot of money left as the Brutii player, because the Greek provinces are very very rich, so you get a lot of money out of them. So at this point, I'm allied with Macedon. I've asked for military access, and I'm ready to just bypass Corinth and immediately take Sparta. So Sparta was an easy settlement takedown. There is that one Spartan unit, but it's not too difficult to take down. So I suggest building a port right away in Sparta. You don't need to build the two high tier military buildings. You don't need it right now. You can build it later. Don't forget, in Sparta you should also build walls, because Sparta has no walls initially at the beginning. So at this point you should quickly betray Macedon and take advantage of your positioning with Sparta at the very bottom of the Greek peninsula, and take over Corinth, then move to Athens, then move to the Macedonian cities north of here. And you can see here that the Greek city-states offer me a ceasefire. Whenever the AI does this, say yes, but get them to pay you at least 3,000, 2,500, 3,000 denarii. You get a lot of money out of it. Plus, you just betray them later on, so it doesn't matter. So at this point, you should probably build ships and units in Tarentum, and ships in Croton. At the same time, you obviously build a few buildings, and the army that I'm building in Tarentum will be supplied by 2 of my generals and 1 Samnite mercenary unit, and I'm going to use those to take over Salonia, so I don't have to send my strong army to take over Salonia, waste time. It's also good to build farms, especially the first upgrade, land clearance. It's really cheap and provides you with some income. In my opinion, the Brutii are actually really easy to play as, because the Greek city-states that you fight early on, you'll get a lot of money out of them. For the Scipii and the Julii takes over very underdeveloped barbarian settlements, and the Scipii has to deal with the vast distances of North Africa, because the Greek provinces and Greek cities are very close together, so it's easy to conquer the Greek peninsula. So whenever you use this kind of blitz strategy, you will lose money initially, but you'll soon see that you'll gain a lot of money in the end, because you're capturing more. The more cities you capture, the more income you get. So eventually everything pays out in the long term. I've also noticed that playing as the Brutii, it's much easier to play as the Brutii than the other Roman factions, because the Greek provinces are very easy to they are very close together, and they provide a lot of income. So I'm sieging Corinth. Corinth basically has nothing, only controlled by that Macedonian garrison. It's easy to take care of, and with Corinth, you could easily take care of the city, and you get the wonder captured, which is the Zeus sitting on a huge throne. Um, provides a +4. Um, it provides +4 happiness to all of your cities, which is good if you're gonna manage a huge empire. So I forgot to mention here that whenever you conquer a city, you should um, tear down the shrine or the temple there, and then build one of your own, because that kind of shrine that kind of shrine will probably not be part of your culture, and because they have different buildings, the people will have different culture, and if they have different culture, then they won't like you as much. It'll be more difficult to control the city. So you can see I built a port. It's best to build a port initially and a shrine initially once you capture a settlement, because that provides you with a lot of income and happiness. I guess as the Brutii, you should maintain a relatively strong navy just to transport your troops. It's um, it's really important initially because you're gonna need to transport troops across, transport reinforcements across the little Ionian Sea, I think, or the Adriatic Sea. Um, anyway, if there's any um, navies that come near you, you should obviously try your best to take care of them. Like that Greek navy there was having like a few units of Greek troops. Might have been a bit bothersome. I also retrained those Hastati, sent them back to Sparta and retrained them. Because the Sparta and Corinth are very close to each other, I could do this. So I basically leave one peasant in Corinth. It's perfectly fine. Corinth will not rebel, and I could send my huge army out to attack the Macedonians and totally destroy them. So at this point, I'm gonna turn my attention to Athens. Then I'm going to turn my attention to Larissa and the Macedonian cities north of that. As the Brutii player, it's really easy to do this. Once you get a little foothold in Greece, you're basically all set to conquer all of Greece, because the Macedonians will not be able to um, beat you. So sieging Athens at this point, it's a rebel city, so you don't have to worry too much about enemy reinforcements coming in your back. The Macedonians might attack you, but you should have a force that is superior to any force that they can bring up. I also should say that as a Roman faction, the Senate will assign you missions, and as you do the missions, the Senate will like you more. But eventually, there comes a time when you become too powerful in the eyes of the Senate, and they want to basically kill you. And basically, at that point, the Senate will assign you missions. Will punish you if you fail them. Essentially, they won't reward you for any missions. They just tell you to do stuff. So mainly just follow what they say, and eventually it comes to a point when you have to attack them, or they ask you your family faction leader to commit suicide or something like that, and you're gonna have to fight against the Romans in a Roman civil war. Anyway, as the Brutii, you're gonna have to expand north into the Macedonian territories, east to Byzantium, north up to the point of the Dacian city of Prolysium, or the Campus Getae or Campus Scythii. Afterwards, you should consider attacking Cydonia and Rhodes at the same time, especially Rhodes, since Rhodes has the Colossus, which provides a lot of trade income, 40% increase of trade income, a lot of money. Uh, very good settlement to take down. Afterwards, you should travel eastwards into Asia Minor, and then southwards into Egypt. Take care of Egypt, and everything is basically fine. You could afterwards, after you take care of Egypt, all you have to deal with is the other Roman faction. That's really easy to take care of.